Welcome to Harrison Hacks.
Hey guys, welcome back to Harrison Hacks. Today I'm going to be showing you another HyperArcade add-on. This one is the Sega Model 2 emulator. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you're going to want to do is go to the link in the description, and that will take you to the download. And once your download has completed, you're going to have a Sega Model 2 add-on .zo1, zo2, and just a zip file. So on the actual just the zip file, no Z1 or 2, right click and click extract here. And once it's done extracting, you'll see that you'll have a HyperArcade folder as well as an add Sega Model 2 to a track config. So first thing you'll do with the HyperArcade folder is you can cut or copy. Let's just say I was going to copy. And then we're going to want to go to the root of our H drive. So you'll see your HyperArcade if you're in the root of H. There it is. And you just right click here and click paste and let that copy over. I've already done it, so I'm not going to wait for it to copy here. Then we'll go into the, once it's done copying, go into your HyperArcade folder, attract, and then open up your attract.config file with Notepad++. I've explained in previous videos that you're going to need Notepad++, and so it was actually included with HyperArcade in the utilities. Right there, there's the installer if you need it. So we'll go to attract, and on your attract.config, right click, edit with Notepad++. So we have that open now. Next thing we're going to want to do is go back to where we've downloaded our add-on pack, and we're going to open up the text file that was included, highlight everything in the text file like that, right click, copy, we can close that, we can close the folder that we have our add-on in, and let's go ahead and paste it. So I'm going to put mine right after Pinball FX2, favorite equals 1 is where I want my cursor. Then I'm going to press enter, enter, and if you're, make sure if you're over here, make sure that your cursor is moved over to the edge, just like that, and paste, and that's what it'll look like once it's done. So if it looks like that, you're good to go. Hit save and close. So before we launch HyperArcade, we're going to need to set up our controller within the Model 2 emulator. So let's go up a folder. We'll go into HyperArcade, emulators, Sega Model 2 emulator, and this is running the emulator _ multi CPU. That's how I have it configured. So one thing I want to explain about the Model 2 emulator is when you want to set your controls, you're going to want to hit emulator, load ROM, and you have to set your controls in each and every game. You have to load a game. So I'm going to, now for racing games, if anyone knows how to get the controls set up, please help me out because I have no idea. I have no idea at all. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to be doing Dead or Alive because it uses an actual like joystick, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. If you guys, you're going to have to Google if you want to play the racing games on how to get them set up. I have not figured it out yet, guys, but I wanted to share this add-on pack with you. So Dead or Alive, I'm just going to double click, and for each and every game, once the game loads, you're going to go right here and click Game, Configure Controls. So I'm just going to do double click, player 1 up, press up, down, left, right. I'll just do button 1, button 2, and then you would set your button 3, button 4. For start, I just use my start key, and for coin, I use select. Why not keep it the same as main? And there we go. We'll click close. Now the game should be loading, and I'll pump in some coins, press start, and here we are. So that's it running through the actual emulator. So now what we're going to do is, and let's say you wanted to go to emulator, load a different ROM, you know, let's say Wave Runner. I don't know why that didn't load there. Let's say Top Skater. Maybe I have to exit, go back in. That's the only pain in the butt with this emulator, guys, is when you want to do your controllers, you have to go in and load every single game and then go into game, configure controls. Up, down, left, right, and then jump front, jump tail, start, and then I use select for coin, close. So there we go. So I'll put some coins, there we go, press start. Yeah, so I'm not even moving with my controller here. And I think that had to do with right here. Select left and select right. So I'm just going to do that, left and right. Close. There we go. Alright, so let's see. There we go. And I'm rocking. So there is some rail slides and stuff that you're going to have to set some extra buttons. I'm just showing you kind of a quick tutorial here. So let's emulator, exit, and let's see how it looks in HyperArcade. So we'll go, here's Sega Model 2. So here's Dead or Alive. I already set my controls, so we'll launch it. I can unmute for a minute.
Loading. Loading complete.
And this is running through Rocket Launcher, so as you can see, you know, a nice Model 2 exit works. So there you go, guys. There's all the games. You can go ahead and check all these out. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. But I hope you guys enjoy this add-on pack. And like I said, the only downside to this emulator is setting the controls for each and every game. But once you take the time to do it, it's totally worthwhile. It's a really cool emulator, and it works fairly well. So really appreciate you guys watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, have a good day.